Some dealers waste a ton of money on leads and they miss a big opportunity with search advertisements. Today, I want to dive into Google search and how some dealerships are using them completely wrong. For reference, our team manages some of the top ranked dealerships in the country, and even some of the stores are spending over six figures per month in just digital ads with us. So, hopping right into it, Google search. One thing I want to get kind of just straightforward is like, what is Google search to begin with? This like a basic concept of like, for Google search ads, you're ranking number one at the top of the search result. You're paying per click, and essentially you're going to be finding more car shoppers through this methodology. This is kind of like a visual example of what a search ad can look like. For dealerships, they do offer carousel and kind of VDP views on the side. This is going to be dependent on your Google My Business integrations for your inventory. Nonetheless, one thing I want to really touch on is kind of like a higher level strategy for Google Ads is your budget for Google Ads is the fuel, your campaigns are the vehicle. Now, to kind of go into that a little bit more in depth, car shoppers, truck shoppers, luxury shoppers. There's all types of shoppers with each category of vehicle, make and model. Um, if you have 100 cars on the lot, 60 of them are trucks, 20 of them are SUVs, and the other 20 are, let's just say, sedans. You're not going to want to probably put all of your money in SUV shoppers, especially if your inventory can't accommodate that. We're going to want to split up your budgets and effectively target the shoppers that can actually come and purchase based off your inventory. So if I have 100 vehicles, 60 of them are trucks, I probably want to dedicate around 60, maybe a little bit towards 70% of my budget towards those truck shoppers. I kind of want to go into just a quick glimpse at to Google Ads. So whenever I go in, I set up a Google Ad account. I'm just going to go create without campaign, Google search, and this would be basically setting up your first Google campaign. Here, you would be creating a lot of your conversion tracking metrics. So how you would want to track. Um, and then once you click continue, it's going to ask you a few more questions, but I want to quickly hop over to the next page um, and show you some examples as to like where a lot of this is going to be taking place. So clicks, we want to start off with clicks first, and then after a few days, you probably want to switch over to conversions, and conversion max. Here, they're adding new AI powered um, aspects to Google Ads, something that is new. It's in beta, something my team and I are researching further. But in the keyword and asset generation, this is a fantastic tool. I'm also utilizing a little bit of a scraping tool. And then for the keywords and ads, here you're going to want to dive into your targeting. This is where you're going to get very much sniper liked when it comes to your keywords. So if I want to target truck buyers, I'm going to want to have truck keywords as my goal. To kind of speed up the process, I created a GPT that helps me go through this process a little bit quicker. So I have it ask me questions one by one. I give it some general answers. It asks me about my business. And then at the end of everything, it starts to spit out headlines. It starts to spit out information about my business just based off the answers. And now we can kind of generate keywords um, moving forward. So let's start with the keywords. And essentially, based off my business and my dealership, it'll spit out a bunch of keywords for me to really go after and categories to really structure them by. So, branded keywords, used car search terms, incentive and offer based keywords. These are all categories and campaigns we probably want to individualize separately. So, this campaign I'm making over here could be considered a branded location keyword for my business. And here you want to add those keywords there. The phrase match, broad match, and exact match phrase keyword types of settings. That's a kind of a more in-depth topic of how you should approach that. But highly recommend uh, you always use phrase match, which is going to be two parentheses around the keyword. Offers a little bit more flexibility. If you're curious and interested in learning more, or you want access to my GPT, our team does do these things for dealerships. We create data bucks so you can look at all your analytics. And more importantly, we're here to help you make more money. So if you're interested,